the young, and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City addicts. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive deep into the latest drama, and we have so much to unpack from this wild episode. Let's get right into it. I am literally shaking right now. I just finished watching the latest episode, and I cannot process what the writers just threw at us. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I have been watching this show for years, since way back when the storylines actually made sense, and this is simultaneously the most stressful and the most brilliant thing they have done in a long time. I am so emotionally exhausted, but I need to vent because my brain is spinning out of control, and I know you guys are feeling the exact same way. Let's just jump right into the absolute nightmare that was Nick Newman collapsing from a massive overdose. We all knew this was coming, right? We watched him spiral with the fentanyl and the cocaine. We saw the horrific car crash. We saw the warnings from Victoria and Adam. But seeing it actually happen, seeing Nick, the golden boy, the moral compass of the Newman family, flatlining while everyone runs around in a blind panic, it was terrifying. And Victor, oh my God, Victor Newman, the man who controls literally everything in Genoa City, just standing there looking completely paralyzed and helpless as his son stops breathing. It broke my heart, but it also set the stage for the most insane twist of the year. Because right when you think it's over for Nick, who steps up? Matt Clark. Matt freaking Clark. The man who has caused so much trauma, the man who is currently faking amnesia, and we all know he's faking it. Don't even try to debate me on this. Suddenly steps up and acts like he's a chief of trauma surgery. He literally begs Victor for the chance to save Nick. He's like, let me help him. I know what to do. And Victor, in a moment of pure, unadulterated desperation, actually steps aside and lets him. I cannot believe they did that. Victor trusting Matt with his son's life, it's completely contradictory to everything Victor stands for. But at that moment, he wasn't the ruthless billionaire. He was just a terrified father watching his boy die. And then we get the most bizarre, twisted, beautifully chaotic medical intervention in soap opera history. Matt drops to his knees and starts doing textbook perfect chest compressions. Where did he learn that? Amnesia, my foot. And who jumps in to do the mouth-to-mouth? Phyllis. Yes, Phyllis Summers, the woman who literally just had Matt chained up in a dark, damp basement, screaming at him and trying to use him as a bargaining chip against the Newmans. Now she's swapping spit with him in a tag team CPR effort to save her ex-husband. I mean, the irony is just dripping off the screen. It was so intense. I was holding my breath the entire time, watching these two absolute chaotic villains working together to save the man they both have such complicated histories with. When the paramedics finally burst through the doors, I swear I yelled at my TV, "It's about time." They hit Nick with the naloxone, and that dramatic gasp for air. Chills. Literal chills. Nick fighting his way back from the brink of death, his chest heaving, his eyes rolling. And the paramedics flat out confirming that if it wasn't for the immediate CPR, Nick would be in a body bag right now. Matt and Phyllis actually saved him. Let that sink in for a second. The two most destructive forces in Genoa City just saved the Newman Golden Boy. I kind of love it, but I also kind of hate it because it makes everything so complicated. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Sharon. Poor, sweet, traumatized Sharon. She has been through hell and back with Nick, and watching her hover over him, tears streaming down her face, broke me. But the moment that really threw me for a loop was when Sharon actually tried to thank Phyllis. Do you remember their history? The bitter, decades-long rivalry? The fights over Nick? Sharon offering genuine gratitude to Phyllis is a massive deal. It shows how much she loves Nick, that she's willing to swallow her pride and thank her worst enemy. But Phyllis, in a rare moment of humility, or maybe just pure shock from the adrenaline, completely deflects. She points right at Matt and says, "He did it. He saved him." "I'm sorry, but what?" Phyllis giving credit to Matt Clark. "Am I the only one who thinks the world is officially upside down?" I guess even Phyllis realizes that despite all her hatred for Matt, she owes him for keeping Nick breathing. It's such a weird dynamic, and I don't know if I'm here for it or dreading what comes next. Phyllis is desperate for redemption right now with the whole AI evidence trap, so maybe she thinks playing fair here will earn her some karma points. Spoiler alert, it probably won't. And let's not forget the absolute MVP of the background reactions, Sienna Bacall. Sienna, the fanatical, violently loyal follower who literally bashed Phyllis's head in to rescue Matt from that basement, she is standing there watching her amnesiac leader perform flawless emergency medical procedures. You can literally see the gears turning in her head. She walks right up to him and starts questioning him. "How do you know how to do that? Who are you really?" And Matt has no answer. He just plays the confused victim card, staring blankly like he doesn't know how his hands just perfectly executed life-saving compressions. Yeah, right, buddy. Sienna is starting to wake up. I have a feeling she's going to realize she's been played, and when a fanatic realizes they've been used, things get incredibly dangerous. I am so here for Sienna turning on Matt. She supplied the drugs that caused this overdose in the first place, so she is already unhinged. If she flips on him, Matt is toast. But guys, the absolute best part of the entire episode, the moment that made me jump off my couch and applaud, was Victor Newman's reaction at the end. The paramedics are loading Nick onto the stretcher. Sharon and Noah are rushing to the hospital with him, looking completely traumatized. The dust is settling in the room. Victor walks up to Matt. He looks him dead in the eye. You think he's going to soften, right? You think he's going to say, "All is forgiven, you saved my boy, let's start over"? And Victor does thank him. He gives him a genuine, sincere, "Thank you for saving my son's life." And then, in the exact same breath, he signals his goons to grab Matt and drag him to the ranch. I screamed. I literally screamed at my television. That is peak Victor Newman. "Thank you for saving my son. Now you're my prisoner." I mean, can we just pause and appreciate the sheer ruthlessness of that move? Victor is not a man who forgives and forgets. He knows Matt is a threat. He knows Matt is playing games with this fake amnesia. Saving Nick bought Matt a thank you. It didn't buy him a free pass out of town. I love it so much. Remember when they tried this redemption arc garbage with other villains? They do one good deed and suddenly all is forgiven? Yeah. Didn't work then either, and Victor isn't falling for it now. Victor taking Matt to the Newman Ranch is code for you're going to be interrogated in a soundproof room until you drop this amnesia act and confess everything, and Matt deserves it. He has terrorized this family for too long. But you have to wonder, what is Matt's end game here? He knew saving Nick would put him right in Victor's crosshairs, but he did it anyway. Does Matt actually care about Nick on some twisted level, or is this just another layer of his manipulative game? Because honestly, Matt is a sociopath, and sociopaths don't do things out of the goodness of their hearts. He wanted Victor to owe him. He wanted to be the hero so he could use it later. But Victor just outplayed him by taking him hostage anyway. And how does this fit into the rest of the madness going on? Patty Williams just called Victor trying to extort $2 million from Matt's location. Now, Victor has Matt for free. Patty is going to lose her absolute mind when she finds out she missed her payday and Victor got exactly what he wanted without paying her a dime. Patty is already so reckless and unhinged after Matt rejected her. This is going to push her right over the edge. I am dreading what Patty does next, because she has nothing left to lose. And what about Adam? Adam has been running himself ragged, trying to save Nick, feeling so guilty about everything that happened in Vegas. When he finds out Matt, the guy he was just threatening to kill, the guy who locked him in a storage room, is the one who saved Nick's life, Adam's head is going to explode. The psychological warfare on this show is just top tier right now. Everyone is connected, everyone is traumatized, and nobody is making rational decisions. I am going to be thinking about this episode all week. The image of Phyllis and Matt doing CPR while Victor watches in horror is burned into my brain. I need the next episode right now. What is Victor going to do to Matt at the ranch? Is Nick going to have permanent brain damage from the overdose? Is Sienna going to team up with someone else now that she doubts Matt? Let me know what you guys think, because I am losing my mind over here and I need to know. I'm not the only one obsessing over this.